What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another transfer video. Before we get into it, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you for all your brilliant support lately. Apologies, hardly any uploads over the weekend. I was at the AFTV watch along for the Community Shield. Throat's still a bit sore now, man. I said I was going to be calm, it wasn't that big a game, but when Aubameyang whips it in the corner like that, man, everyone goes crazy, you know how it is. But Arsenal today set to announce the signing or re-signing of Spanish international midfielder Dani Ceballos. They've agreed a loan deal with Real Madrid. Ceballos apparently turned down Real Betis, Valencia and AC Milan to rejoin Arsenal after positive talks on the phone with Mikel Arteta. Personally, I'm happy with this deal. I think Ceballos is a good player. I think he's our best ball playing centre midfielder. I don't see another midfielder in our team that can pick a pass out like him. I do think we need to strengthen further in the middle of the park as well. But Ceballos on loan is a good deal. Now, again, it's believed it will cost €4 million to bring him in for the season. Now, the one thing that really disappoints me about this deal is Arsenal have no option to buy Dani Ceballos at the end of the one-year loan, which, to me, it makes it feel like we're being slightly used by Real Madrid, We've developed him for 2 years by the end of this season coming, and then Madrid could just say, you know what? Take him back, they'll keep him. Thanks for developing him. We should have an option to buy. If he becomes a great player over the course of the next 12 months, we're going to want him on a permanent. Real Madrid could then say, oh, we want 60 million for him. We can't afford it, and we walk away. So in that sense, I would have liked to have seen an option to buy there. But I am happy to see Dani Ceballos come back to Arsenal. Great passion. I think he's a good player. I think he showed towards the end of the season how good he can be. And I think we need to strengthen that midfield further. I'd love to see like Ceballos and Partey in midfield. That's the type of midfield I think we could really build on. Somebody who's leaving the club, finally, Henrik Mkhitaryan, has joined Roma on a free transfer. Arsenal waived the transfer fee to allow him to go there, of course. £170,000 a week wages. The only way Roma were going to be able to get close to that wage was if Arsenal allowed him to leave for free. So they agreed to a mutual termination of his contract. Roma have announced him as a new signing. And he leaves Arsenal potentially as the worst swap deal in the history of Arsenal Football Club, swapping him for Alexis Sanchez. I'm sure Man United would say the same. I suppose the only positive with that is Sanchez leaving Arsenal then pushed us to go and get Aubameyang because we needed a goal scorer. So in that sense, and Sanchez cost Man United a fortune for a couple of years before leaving to Inter Milan. So, every cloud has a silver lining and that. So, yeah, Mkhitaryan has joined Roma. Was a very talented player, even at Arsenal you could see he had talent. It just didn't seem to happen for him. I always kind of felt like he was more of a number 10 than a winger. Didn't really see him in that role often for Arsenal, so it's a shame. But all the best to Mkhitaryan over there in Roma. It looks like side Kolasinac could be on his way out as well. Being linked with a move to Schalke. Kolasinac was quoted as saying it would be nice to return home. He obviously still sees that part of the world as one of his homes, and it looks as if Schalke want to take him on loan for a loan fee, pay half his wage and have an option to buy him at the end of the season, and I think Arsenal will probably look to do this. Kolasinac for me isn't good enough. Defensively, he's a bit vulnerable at times, and I just don't think he suits the speed of the Premier League. So if we can get him, I think he's on around 100,000 a week as well. With Mkhitaryan's 170, it would be great to get him off the wage bill as well. Another player that looks like he could be leaving is Socrates. Napoli, reports coming out of Napoli are that they've agreed a £4 million deal with Arsenal to take Socrates over there to Naples. Of course, international teammates with one of their centre-backs, Kostas Manolas. It looks as if Koulibaly could be leaving. I mean, if they're replacing Koulibaly with Socrates, they might be in for a little bit of a shock. But, Arsenal need to get him off the wage bill as well. I believe he's on around £80,000 a week now. Arsenal need to move these guys out of the club. Players that aren't good enough, they're past their best. They're on high wages. Let's get them out of the club. If you can get the likes of Kolasinac, Socrates, El Neni, Mustafi, these guys out of the club, it's going to help us in terms of who we sign moving forward, because we have to reduce the wage bill before we strengthen. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, Curtis Shaw TV. I'll be back with lots more content throughout the week. As I said, needed a little break over the weekend, man. Voice is still a little hoarse now, actually, but, back to business. As I tweeted on Monday, man, lots of stuff is set to happen this week at Arsenal. From what I'm hearing, expect a couple of people to leave and one or two to join. I think the Gabriel and Aubameyang deals will be announced this week. So look forward to that. We've waited weeks for those things to be announced. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, Curtis Shaw TV. Everyone take care, and I'll be back. Bless.